Art is known to be therapeutic for many people. It is a way to express oneself in a visual form. People of varying ethnicity and religion used art during the Holocaust as a way to convey their emotions and get through the tough times of the war. My personal interest in art and its effect on people is what brought me to do this topic. Georgi Bayfeld was a Jewish man living in Hungary. In 1942, Jews were being used as slaves, and Georgi Bayfeld was a member of a forced labor battalion fighting against the Soviet Union in the East. When Bayfeld was first sent out, he brought paint, paper, and pencils with him to occupy his spare time. Their first job was to do construction work on the roads, but Georgi was soon assigned to provide illustrations for the company diary. Because of this, Georgi's paintings and drawings were sought after by soldiers and officers in his company. This was a good thing for Georgi because treatment in these battalions was poor. Officers would often steal or withhold food from soldiers, and some would pour water on Jews, then leave them to freeze in temperatures that sometimes reached -46 degrees Celsius. Georgi Bayfeld would trade his paintings and drawings for extra food and supplies. They helped to keep him alive during the time he spent in the forced labor battalion. In the fall of 1944, after returning from the Eastern Front, Georgi was deported to a concentration camp, then liberated in Dachau. Bayfeld created an album using many of the drawings from his time in the forced labor battalions. It was finished sometime between 1945 and 1958. Bayfeld moved to Australia in 1946 and changed his name to George Bayfeld. His album wasn't sent to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, its current home, for another 19 years after its completion. Georgi was not the only Jewish man to use painting and art skills to survive. Among the others is David Friedman. He lived in Berlin painting portraits until 1938 when he escaped to Prague with his family. In 1941, they were sent to a ghetto in Lodz, Poland. The Friedmans lived there until they were sent to the extermination camp Auschwitz-Birkenau. David's family died in this camp, but he was inevitably sent to Gleiwitz I to be a musician. There he was saved by his painting and portrait-making skills. David was liberated 5 months before the end of the war, and afterwards he painted things based on what he had seen at Auschwitz. He moved to the United States with his second wife, also a Holocaust survivor, in 1954. Since then, his paintings and drawings have been shown all over the country. Both of these men and others created art to speak for them and honor those who they lost during World War II. Their stories and experiences may be different, but the art they created to this day still sends the same message.